Doctors are idiots, they know nothing about nutrition, and they only get 30 minutes of nutrition in the whole of their medical course. And they're all just sponsored drug pushers. This is the kind of thing that we get quite a lot, and it's definitely worth addressing. It's also worth addressing this ridiculous quiff today. So doctors only want to give you a pill, and they don't care about addressing the root cause of the disease. Now, we all like to rag on GPs as if they haven't recognised this, but they're not stupid. GPs know that prevention is better than the cure. And it's not some big conspiracy to push those nasty statins on people and hide the big secret that walking 30 minutes a day is the best prevention for a whole number of diseases. And just as a sidetrack, walking is comparable to surgery for coronary artery disease. It's superior to surgery for leg pain, for claudication of the legs. Low fitness is the strongest predictor of mortality in some studies for all causes. Strength is another one, so grip strength. And walking has huge, like 30 minutes a day, huge effects on high blood pressure, diabetes, dementia, alcoholism, arthritis, hip fracture, depression, fatigue, and quality of life. So if it's so effective, why don't GPs talk about this? It's because they know that patients don't stick to this stuff. When was the last time that you went to the GP and they mentioned exercise and diet to you? And if they did, how was their enthusiasm? I guarantee that it was just a very kind of like, yeah, you should do some exercise and whatever, and it's very lackluster. Why do you think that's the case? They're just paying lip service because they know that most people won't do it and they are tired of having that rehashed conversation. If you know any smokers and you've chatted to them about quitting, if by the third or fourth time that they've said they're going to quit, you're just like, yeah, cool, mate, good luck with that. Because you know that they're not going to, and there's no point wasting your breath. Physiotherapists actually have the same problem, if not worse, because they're going in expecting, the patients are coming in expecting a passive treatment, like, hey, fix me please. And no one ever does the exercises, the boring homework that the physios prescribe. And that's the important part. Nobody wants to do lying clamshells where you're lying on your side and lifting your leg up and hamstring stretches 4 times a day. And then they blame the physio for not getting the results. People want the quick fix with this stuff. The other criticism of doctors only get 30 minutes of nutrition, I mean, I can't speak for anyone else, but we got about 4 months of it. And the density of the teaching, so I've done a master's degree before I went into medicine, and I swear the amount of work involved in the first year of the medicine undergrad course was more than the entire 4-year degree in maths and business. So there was a lot of stuff in there, and I can't imagine it's that different. Like, medicine doesn't vary hugely across the country. So I'm not sure where people get this 30 minutes of nutrition and metabolism from. The people that say this kind of stuff, it always seems to come from people who are paranoid of Western medical healthcare. Luckily, there's not many kind of anti-vaxxer kind of people in the UK, but there's people on that spectrum. And I put up a video about anti-vaccines and got quite a lot of hate for it, actually. Some quite an interesting comment that I'll read at the end. But yeah, it always comes from these online fit pros that like to masturbate over these kind of minute details that really don't matter, like arguing to the death over fat and carbohydrate ratio, or even trying to manipulate things like fatty acid synthase. And I think that's partly just to sound clever, and partly because they're just bogged down and like to rag on the bigger picture. And really, it always comes down to Occam's razor. That is the idea that the simplest explanation or the simplest tool that you can use for the job is the most effective. And this is adherence. Can you stick to the diet that you've laid out for yourself? And this is huge. And if you look at any of the research, I found something out the other day which is mind-blowing, that weight loss under observation is about 50% faster than the equivalent prescribed calories when they're just out in a kind of outpatient setting. And the difference for that is the adherence, the amount of reporting that people say that they're eating relative to what they are eating, or just sticking to it in the first place. If no one's watching you, if you're not accountable to somebody, if you don't have a coach or you're not in a clinical environment, you're not going to stick to it. So the takeaway point is, where in your life are you looking for a quick fix? And where are you doing that in place of the consistent application of the basics? So yeah, that is the point for the day. And I'm also going to read out this anti-vaxxer comment because I thought it was quite a good one. Good grief, you have no doubt seen some of the studies showing damage done, so why ask for evidence? This is when I asked for some evidence to support their claim that vaccines are killing us all. The British government now have a fund to compensate out-of-court vaccine damage, and I bet you full well know it. I also bet you're paid to disinfo and emotionally bully parents with your references to GBH. You are conscienceless. It would serve you right if you were to be injected with an approved brain-wrecking poison before much longer, so that you suffer what you are trying to get parents to have done to their dear children. If there's a hell, then you and your sort belong there. So some pretty strong feelings on that one. And the fact is I have been injected with the brain-wrecking poisons of vaccines, and I feel okay. But yeah, anyway, that's the takeaway point. Where are you looking for a quick fix? Where you are doing that in place of consistent application of those basics. All right, guys, let us know if you enjoy these live streams. Please like, share, comment, and let us know if there's anything that you want us to address in the next one. Speak to you soon.